Hi ladies, this is an example of how to do the linear function context questions when you have a table. So let's look at this example. Emily fills up her car with gas before embarking on a road trip. G is the number of gallons of gas remaining in her tank after driving for T hours. The first thing we want to identify is which one is our going to be our x variable and which one will be our y. Oftentimes, if there's time involved, it's going to go along the x-axis. Not always, but very often. So the fact that we have time seems to indicate that if time were along the x-axis and the amount of gallons of gas is on the y, then we could have a linear relationship. So we're going to put t as x and g as y. Okay, so this table is basically a table of values that we could plot points. So that also means that we could figure out the slope from just taking any two of the points. So I'm going to take the points that don't have decimals in them because that'll be easier to calculate. So 8, 6. So if we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about here, 8, 6, and then 13, 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so it looks to me like this is going to be a line that's decreasing, which makes sense if she's using up her gallons of gas. What's the slope of this line? Well, we take the definition of slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is y2, 1 minus 6 over x2, 13 minus 8. And we get negative 5 over 13 minus 8 is positive 5, which equals negative 1. Okay, great, that's very helpful. So we want to know how many gallons of gas she would have remaining after driving for 9.5 hours. Okay, so it looks like we need to find an equation. We're not given the y-intercept, but we could figure it out. So remember in class we learned how to use the point slope form? So all you need is the slope, which we just found, and any one of the points in order to put it in point slope form. So remember, point slope form is mx minus the x-coordinate of the point you have plus the y-coordinate. So you really could pick any of these. So let's pick 8, 6 to be our point. That's a 6. So this would be negative 1, x minus 8 plus 6. And then let's simplify it. Negative x, negative 1 times negative 8 is positive 8 plus 6, negative x plus 14. Well, that's kind of nice. So that's telling us that our y-intercept somewhere up here is going to be 0, 14. Okay, now we're in a great position to be able to answer a question. We want to know how many gallons she'll have remaining after driving for 9.5 hours. Well, great. We actually have our equation that we can plug 9.5 into. Because it's hours, that means it's going to be our x variable. So we'll just plug in negative 9.5 plus 14, which gives us 5.5. Okay, does that make sense? Well, let's just look at the graph. After 9.5 hours, that's like after 8 hours, but before 13, she should have something less than 6, but more than 1. Okay, 5.5, slightly less than 6, that makes sense. So 5.5 gallons is a reasonable answer. Okay, I hope that was a helpful example. Good luck, ladies, and just reach out if you get stuck. Okay, God bless.